Hello everyone. So I just want to make a real quick video showing how to replace the VRO with a standard fuel pump. The VRO is a fuel injection unit. So essentially you have a separate fuel tank and a separate oil tank. And the fuel pump, you need to pre-mix the oil with the gas. So there's only just one tank. It makes things easier. Also, you don't have to worry that possibly this thing will fail and your motor could essentially die because it has no oil. Now to do this, this is the fuel pump, and there are two types of fuel pumps. There's one with two lines in and one line out, and then there's one with one line in, basically a one line and a two line fuel pump. This is a one line fuel pump, which means it has a line of fuel coming in and it has a line of fuel coming out. Now the two line has a line of fuel as well, a line of fuel coming out, and it has a third plug for the siphon, or for the suction, which provides the pump with, essentially allows it to operate. Now if you have three connectors on the fuel pump, what you want to do is take this hose, and I have it blocked here, but people suggest going to Home Depot and essentially getting a socket, but you want it wired to the third socket on the fuel pump. This will provide suction for it to work, and everything will work correctly. However, I have a single line fuel pump and it doesn't have the plug for this. This is why this is capped. Now you don't want any extra holes in your motor, but behind the mounting screws of this fuel pump there are actually three screws, but the center hole, not all motors will have this, but most do, the center hole actually provides suction. So the suction is created from behind the pump. And if you're looking at this motor with the VRO on, you'll notice that if you have the mounting bracket for the fuel pump, you'll notice three holes, and the center hole will have a screw in it. This screw goes directly to the crank chamber. So this is why it's closed. You obviously don't want it open because you'll have holes in your motor, but when you put on this fuel pump, you unscrew the screw, which provides a hole for suction for this fuel pump, allowing for the fuel to flow. This is why you want this capped. And once again, if you have the two-line fuel pump, you will keep the screw that's behind the mount in and use this for suction. So you want one or the other, you don't want both. But that's it. And afterwards, here you have the three connectors, so the primer solenoid, top and bottom cylinder. It's a very simple fix. Everything's working great. And if you're trying to do this, just the primary concern is just know the kind of fuel pump you have and cap the correct endings for the device for the motor you have.